Here's a 3-minute breakdown for making hilarious memes to go on social media. I myself have grown several meme pages. I'm a CapCut creator who does memes. I used to get paid to make memes, and a Facebook page that was monetized, and I get paid from CapCut to make memes. I know memes. So let's break down what memes are. Memes take a piece of media and add a new context to it. For example, a picture of someone crying can be used for several different things. You then apply that media to any niche or idea. Let's also look at the psychology of why we laugh. So we laugh because our brain releases dopamine. Now in comedy, there's two main reasons for this. The first is something unexpected happens, and the second is actually whenever we think, because of how our brain is wired. So your brain is always trying to figure out what's going to happen next. This is a survival mechanism. But this system completely shuts down when something it couldn't predict happens. Great system. Dopamine is quickly released to fill the gap. This is also why you nervously laugh when you don't know what to say. So from a comedy point of view, you want your punchlines to be unexpected. So if we go back to the crying example, instead of just, you're crying at work because, I don't know, something bad happened, you're crying at work for a ridiculous reason. Or as you should see in the next slide, you're crying because of X, Y, Z when you shouldn't be crying. You want to be unpredictable. Our brains release dopamine whenever we think. This is why daydreaming feels so good. And when it comes to comedy, you can really use this by taking elements of a joke to the logical extreme, and then someone's brain will kind of figure out what you've done. This also helps in being unpredictable. So for example, we go back to the crying example. Let's say someone at work has used the last of your milk. This is normally a minor inconvenience. You might be a bit upset about it, a bit annoyed. But we can take that to the logical extreme by saying this person is now punching the wall. This is obviously the logical extreme of being a bit upset. So you get the unexpectedness of the punchline, but also the logical extreme of the reaction. There's several places you can find good templates for memes. CapCut is my favourite one just because it's all done for you. But if you type into Google, or even just screen record from YouTube and then just cut it out or do whatever with it, that's just how you find templates. Also, fun fact, BBC iPlayer does not prevent you from screen recording, so use that as you will. When it comes to growing a meme page, pick a niche that you know well, and then create around 20 sort of pain points or common occurrences that you can touch on. For example, if you work in McDonald's and all the beepers going off at the same time, it sounds like a hospital. Just sort of events like this, and then mass produce as many memes as you can. This is sort of to get around social media algorithms, which I'll touch on next. But you want to have maybe 20 to 50 that are ready to go. And here's a little trick from me. If you're using CapCut or cutouts, then try to use the same background for every single meme. This will act as a bit of branding. People will recognize the background, and then they'll kind of know it's you. So you'll end up speaking to a lot of people who go, oh no, I've seen that background before. And then eventually that just gets more followers down the line. Memes are quite easy to make, so set up an Instagram and then cross-post to Facebook and Pinterest. It'll take a while to get anywhere with those, but they will explode overnight one day, and then it's useful to have them down the line. To get around any sort of social media algorithms, such as Instagram to begin with, schedule your posts for every 3 hours. This is why you should make a batch of like 20 to 30. And then every 3 hours, after about a week or so, you'll beat through the algorithm and you'll start being seen organically by lots of people.